about the outstanding log, how it is in Group B of the Christmas tournament, how it is. Okay, let me start first with the results. The games that were played in Group B last week. We had a game between Game Warriors. They were up against bus drivers. The game ended 2-0 in favor of bus drivers.
Yeah.
And Lumap were up against Border Boys. The game ended 4-3 in favor of Border Boys. This time around, Border Boys were beaten. Coach Nixon Zozo.
Border Boys were beaten or they won?
They were beaten.
They were
beaten, yeah. Border Boys, I think, Border Boys, they've got a very young team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is one of the youngest teams so far in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why, most of the players who used to play for Border, those guys, they have going to play, they have joined council and they have joined ZESCO. So they are not allowed to play. At the end, they've got no option. They are just small boys. So I think for Border, for me, I give them a credit. Let those guys enjoy playing football. They will win. This is just a social football.
Mm-hmm.
This is like Mr. Banda is trying to groom those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the other teams who are using the old people or drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I usually go for academies. I like academies.
But personally, what I think about Border Boys were a very formidable team in the past years. But what I think the biggest problem with Border Boys right now is the fact that there is so much disorganization in that team. I'm sorry to come out like that, but that's what's going on. From the time CM pulled out, there has been very little coordination in that team.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel they need to find a way to bring back their mojo, to find their mojo again, like to get back to their glory days, to their A days. The fact that they have a young team should be an advantage, coaches. Because, football is a young man's sport. The younger the team, the better, because they are more physically...
All right, let's have Mr. Mugwagwa on radio. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
Very fine.
How is the meeting going so far?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Yes, we have some representatives from teams and a lot of people.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk of the Christmas tournament. Rumor has it is that there are some teams that are playing, but they didn't pay. How true is that?
That there are some teams
that are playing. They played some of the games in the Christmas tournament, but they didn't pay that fee that was supposed to be paid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, as you being the publicity secretary, what's your say on that?
I'm not really sure if there are teams that haven't paid. If there are teams that haven't paid, I'm sure maybe they were made to commit themselves. But before today's games, everyone should have paid.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has been the initial arrangement from when the tournament started. Before today's games, everyone should be paid.
Okay.
That is the information which is at my hand.
Okay. All right. So you get to tell us, how is the league so far? How is it going?
The tournament, it is going on so far so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we had some games last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We had the 2 games at Sevanga Secondary School.
Mm-hmm.
And we also had the 2 games Mitchell Ground.
Okay.
So at Mitchell Ground, it was the bus drivers 2, game 0.
Mm-hmm.
Border 3.
Okay.
Lumap 4.
Okay.
Yes. Then at Sevanga Secondary School, it was the Zambezi 0.
Mm-hmm.
Fishing Tigers 3. Then Zambezi 1. Fishing Camp United 2.
Okay, interesting.
So those were the scores from last weekend, and we have 2 teams from Sevanga, from Group A, which is based at Sevanga Secondary School, that have qualified for semi-finals, which is the Fishing Camp United on second position, and the Fishing Camp United, Fishing Camp Tigers on first position because of goal difference.
Okay.
Then from Mitchell Group B, the group stage games have not been concluded. We have 2 games today to finish the round robin system for the group to determine who is first and who is second. So today we have one game at Mitchell Grounds,
Okay.
which will be between the Border Boys and the game.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have another game at Savanga Secondary School, 15 sets, bus drivers versus Rumam. They are just using that venue. It is their Group B game, which were supposed to be all played at Mitchell, but looking at the temperatures, the committee decided that we have one game at 15 sets Mitchell, and the other game at Savanga Secondary, 15 sets.
Okay.
Then from there now we'll determine who is the first and who is the second in the group. Then the two teams will get back to where they belong.
All right.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Maybe I'm having Coach Nixon Zozo in the studio in the KIP, and he has a question for you.
Okay.
Coach.
Hello, Mr. Mugwagwa.
Yes, Mr. Zozo, how are you?
Fine, and you, sir?
Very fine.
Yeah, I just want to find out, is it true that there are some teams that have used the players who are playing in LFA? Are you aware that there are teams that have used the players who are playing in our league, like LFA?
Yeah, I'm aware of that issue. I think yesterday the committee had a meeting. They tabled all those issues, and the judgment, it is yet to be communicated to teams, but that issue is at hand. They've tabled the issues, and the judgment, I think by the end of the day, will reach all the teams concerned.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Mugwagwa, for coming through.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. All right, that was Ms. Mugwagwa giving us that update KIP.
Yeah, like it's good that it has come out clear, and it's disappointing that there are LFA players that have been allowed to play in the Christmas tournament. But then again, I will still stick to what I said earlier on when I said these things, the regulations of this tournament should have been made available to all the teams, all the managers of the and coaches of the various teams that are participating in this tournament. Should have been told prior to the start of the tournament that if you filled in a player that's not supposed to play in this tournament, these are the consequences, and this will be the penalty that you will face. But looking at how far the tournament has gone, there are teams that are already in the semi-finals. So if you say we are going to disqualify one, it will be unfair.
Okay.
We just make sure that the next time we are organizing a tournament, all the regulations and the rules are properly set. Everybody knows what is expected of them, and everybody is told if you break this and such a rule, this will be the outcome. So that when that outcome is when that penalty is put on you, you will not complain.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, these local tournaments, I think they should be open to everyone to participate in. If the person wants to come and play, let's say if a coach, you allow one of your players, he comes to you and tells you, managers, if you feel you can afford to let your player go and participate in that team, if he has a blessing of his manager from the team that is coming from, it can be okay. That's my take on that. As long as the team where the person is coming from, I think there should be no problem. But then again, you see these teams that are in the LFA league,
mm-hmm.
they have games every now and then. I don't think it would be wise to let your players go and play in the Christmas tournament because they might sustain an injury,
mm-hmm.
and you'll be caught napping in the tournament that is more in the league,
mm-hmm.
basically. But then again, these rules and regulations need to be looked in, and there is need to be transparency in the communication between the board that is organizing this, the committee that is organizing this tournament, and the teams and the players that are participating, and the media should be invited,
mm-hmm.
because there is that the Faz is in Siavonga.
Yeah.
The media has not been involved.
Mm-hmm.
They have not called us to tell us no, could we program
Okay,
here so and so.
let's have Mr. Moyo on radio. Mr. Moyo, good morning.
Good morning, Remy. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. After a long time, and I just have to quote you. Unaware.
Yeah, it has been a while. Have you been there?
We are fine. I'm having Coach Nixon Zozo in the studios and KIP on the sport for today.
Good morning, Mr. Moyo. How are you?
Good morning. How are you today, sir?
Very fine. Thanks.
Okay, thanks to have you in the studio today.
All right. Mr. Moyo, first things first, let's get it from you over the appointment of Mikel Arteta being signed to be Arsenal's head coach.
Yeah, a quick check. I was just watching the video just before you called.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at how he was being introduced going back home. I think with me, it makes much a positive note for him to go back to the childhood club. But at the end of the day, it's something that needs to be proved that he can still take up that big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, he's a guy that was at Arsenal some years back as a player. Now he's going there as a coach to make a very big difference. Definitely, we expect much that will happen. But it will be a bit of a time for him to settle and make sure he has the right players that he needed at the right time. So I think we can only say all the best for him because he's achieved that Man City under the umbrella of Pep Guardiola. So I believe he can still manage to see what he can do, but a lot of changes needs to happen at Arsenal.
And Zesco United this afternoon will seek a remedy to their 2-match losing run when they host a struggling Kabwe Youth Soccer Academy at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Dola. Your quick take in that encounter?
Yeah, I expect nothing but a win for them. They know right now, they are on par with points with, is it Napsa Stars? So having lost the last game at Nkana Stadium, definitely they need to go into that game that confident that they can still pick a point from there. When you look at Kawa Academy, right now they should go on number 19 on the bottom. So I expect them not much to struggle in that game. Definitely the coach will make changes in the current squad that he has. Maybe a lot of senior players may be rested in that game, but I believe they need to get the maximum point that they need at Levi Mwanawasa.
Another interesting match to be a Coppola debut. But before we get to talk about that, Green Eagles will be up against Nkwazi.
Yeah, Nkwazi is struggling as of now. After the changes that they made with the head coaches right now, I think they've been struggling. They haven't been getting the maximum point that they needed. Even playing at their own home ground, at Imboda Stadium, they haven't been getting points. But it will be a very good derby. And we talk about also Forest Rangers. Is it Forest Rangers or Green Eagles?
It's actually the Forest Rangers.
Yeah, Forest Rangers. Right now there are new coaches that have come in. I saw Isaac Chance as part of the technical bench that is with Forest Rangers, the departure of Perry and Masao. So definitely we expect much to happen. But I believe still Forest Rangers, the team to lock in with there is still battle it out to make sure that they correct the maximum point that they need.
Interesting. And tomorrow at the Arthur Davis Stadium in Kitwe, it will be a Coppola debut where Power Dynamos takes up against Nkana.
Yeah, a big derby for sure. When you're playing at Nkana and you play Power Dynamos at Arthur Davis or either at Shiratenkana, a very big game. These are new coaches that have come in. We've got Pedro and Masao at Power Dynamos and also Chavinga Manfred, who has taken up from Chambeshi. A big day for Nkana. But Nkana, they're going into that game with a confidence, having beaten Zesco last weekend, and also Power having collected the maximum point in last week. Power, they've been doing well for the past, I think, 4 games, haven't been losing. And Nkana also, the departure of Chambeshi has brought some hope that to make sure that they can still take it at Arthur Davis, a very big derby, and I expect the game to go either way. Ghana can still take it or Power, but definitely Ghana, they are the people that want to get the more points than Power Dynamos.
Interesting. Lastly, the EPL, the earlier kickoff, will see Everton takes up against Arsenal at exactly 12:30. Your quick prediction.
A big call for Arsenal, definitely with the Mikel Arteta has taken up the team, and also the coming in of Arsenal at Everton. A very big challenge to see who is coming in with new ideas and make sure they get the 3 points. But looking at Arsenal right now, they're still struggling. I think it will be a very difficult game for them to win in that match. Everton, I think, coming from the draw last weekend with Manchester United. So I believe they still want to build from there and get the points that they need. Everton, I'm sure they can still get the 3 points that they need.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Moya, for coming through on the Sports Show. We appreciate it.
Mr. Moyo.
Good morning to all the guys.
Mr. Moyo, you can follow our program. We are live on the official YouTube channel for Kariba FM. So if you have enough time, you can still check out our program right here. We are streaming it live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much for that update. I'll certainly go into there.
All right,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
With about 31 minutes gone after 11 in the AM, you're listening to Kariba FM Sports Update, ladies and gentlemen. At this point in time, I will pay some bills, then afterwards I will be discussing about the MTN Super League. Keep on listening to your number one stereo. Good morning.
We dance till the sunrise. Happiness and love aboard. Here we find paradise. From Cancer to Capricorn, pick your flavor, fresh and healthy. Tropics is the juice you can savor. Oh, here in the tropics, roll the flavor. Oh, tropics is the juice you can savor. Oh, it's a paradise of tasty, fruity freshness. Grab it in guava. Drink it in mango, mixed fruit or Mediterranean.
Introducing Tropics Blended Fruit Nectar. Fruit juice with real fruit nectar in guava, mango, mango pine, and Mediterranean. Tropics, a paradise of fruity freshness.
We love to wash, wash, wash. Looking so good. We love to wash, wash, wash. Smelling so fresh. We love to wash, wash, wash. With bullet washing powder. We love to wash, wash, wash. Looking so good. We love to wash, wash, wash. Smelling so fresh. We love to wash, wash, wash. With bullet washing powder. With just a little sprinkle, the hip is gone. So easy on your colors and your hands too. Your laundry smelling fresh, soft and clean. Bullet washing powder. We love to wash, wash, wash. Looking so good. We love to wash, wash, wash. Smelling so fresh. We love to wash, wash, wash. With bullet washing powder.
Good morning, class. Thank you for inviting me today. Now, who can tell me the best way to protect our homes from those nasty germs that even want to make your own bathing soap want to take a bath? Okay, go ahead, son.
At our house, we use Boom Force multi-purpose liquid bleach because it's 3 times stronger.
While at our house, we've been using X-Bleach like forever. We use it everywhere, all day, every day.
Well, Boom Force multi-purpose liquid bleach is thick, so it stays longer on the surface and it keeps working all day and every day. So my mom doesn't have to work hard because Boom does all the hard work. Ta-da! Also,
So we're back again full time. You're still listening to Kariba FM Sports Update. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the 21st of December in the year 2019, and we say compliments of the season. We get to move forward like a shooting star. The 2019-2020 FASA Super Division enters week 14, and the games that will be played at the Levy Manawasa Stadium this afternoon at exactly 15 hours. We'll see Zeska United taking up against Kawa Youth Soccer Academy. KP.
The M10 Super League has reached a very advanced stage, and I don't see Cabo Youth Academy winning because...
All right.
Yeah, we're enjoying it, 18 degrees.
Hey, you guys, you're having that London weather,
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Kadekeka, your team on Kwasi takes up against Green at exactly 15 hours.